Mortgage rates just dropped to their lowest level in almost a year. But here's the real story. Most home buyers will sleep right through it. Don't be that home buyer. If you've been sitting on the sidelines thinking, I'll wait until rates go lower or until prices crash, this moment might just pass you by. Because here's the truth. Mortgage rates don't move in a straight line. They drop, they bounce, and they take opportunities with them. And right now, with rates finally dipping into the mid to low sixes, this is one of those windows you'll look back at and say, wow, I wish I moved. Today I'm going to share 5 smart ways to buy a home while rates are at 11-month lows. These are not generic tips, but proven strategies you can actually use to save money, lower your stress, and make the smartest move of your life. So let's get into it. The first thing you need to know is this. Mortgage rates fall, the crowd doesn't jump in right away. It's like the beach at sunrise. A few early risers grab the best spots. Everyone else wanders in later and with their towels in hand, looking at the crowd, wondering why it's so packed. That's what's happening right now. Mortgage rates are down. Inventory is slowly loosening up, but most home buyers haven't noticed it yet. Here's the Kevin Martini translation. You have an opening to act before bidding wars kick into high gear. This is not about timing the market. It's about recognizing leverage while it's here. Now, knowing the window is there is one thing, but knowing how you can actually take advantage of it, well, step 1 is simple, and it's the move that most people just overlook. Here's the thing about home loan rates. They're like a roller coaster. Fun to watch, but you don't want to be hanging upside down when the car swings back. Yes, Raleigh mortgage rates are at their lowest in almost a year, but they can and they will jump around. That's why the first move is simple. Talk to a mortgage strategist with the Martini Mortgage Group about locking a rate now. Not because you're committing today, but because your locking protects you from the bounce. If rates dip lower, many programs let you float down. But if they bounce higher, you'll be stuck paying more every single month for the next 30 years. Think about it like airfare. If you ever watched tickets for airplanes prices jump overnight, you know the feeling. Same here, except we're talking tens of thousands of dollars over time. All right, so you protected yourself from the bounce. What's next? Here's where it gets really fun, because right now, buyers have a chance to grab something that usually disappears turbo fast. Here's a secret. When rates were at 7+%, sellers had to get creative. They started offering concessions and credits towards closing costs, even paying points to buy down your interest rate. Those concessions are still on the table right now, but here's the kicker. The second that buyers flood back in the market, sellers will stop giving them away. Right now, you have a rare overlap. You have lower rates and motivated sellers. That means you can structure deals where the seller helps fund your rate buy down or hands you thousands at the closing table. That's leverage, and leverage doesn't last forever. Okay, so concessions are powerful, but let's get real. This next one may be the most important shift in mindset you can make as a home buyer. Everyone obsesses over the rate. Is it 6.5 or is it 6.7? But here's the truth. You don't live in the rate. You live in the payment. If the payment works for your life, for your budget, and for your long-term wealth plan, well, then that's a win. And here's a practical tip. Build a range. Ask yourself, what's my comfort payment? What's my maximum payment? Then run numbers with your mortgage strategist at the Martini Mortgage Group inside of that box. When you focus on payment, you take the emotion out of rate chasing. Because honestly, whether rates fall another half a point or not won't change your life as much as finally owning a home will. Now, once you start thinking in terms of payment instead of chasing a magic rate, the next step is exploring options you may not have even considered. With mortgage rates lower, doors are open, not just the standard 30-year loan, but to creative options like temporary buydowns. A temporary buydown is where your payment starts lower and steps up gradually. Or down payment assistance programs. Yes, they're more accessible now than ever. But here's the warning label. Don't chase the shiny object. You know, those loans that look great in year 1 and wreck you in year 5. The goal isn't the lowest sticker price. It's the lowest lifetime cost of borrowing. That's where working with someone who takes a fiduciary approach like the Martini Mortgage Group matters. You want strategies aligned with your life, not just a loan shoved across the desk. Now, of course, even with creative strategies on the table, I still hear this one all the time. I'll just wait for the market to crash. Let's deal with this head on, no pun intended. Let me be blunt. That's not going to happen. Over 40% of U.S. homeowners don't even have a mortgage. They're not going to panic sell. They're going to just sit tight, wait it out, and watch their equity grow. Meanwhile, every time rates drip, buyers' demand comes roaring back. Prices might not skyrocket, but they don't have to. Even steady growth means waiting costs you equity, tax benefits, and most importantly, stability. The real crash isn't in the market. It's the missed opportunity. So if we zoom out and look at everything together, rate concessions, payments, and the myth about the crash, the big picture becomes crystal clear. Mortgage rates have cracked lower. Sellers are still flexible, and tools exist to make homeownership more affordable than it has been in almost a year. The opportunity isn't about catching the perfect rate. It's about using the window to create clarity, stability, and wealth for your future. Because here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to look back 6 months from now when rates are bouncing higher, inventory's tighter, and prices have creeped up, and think, I missed it again. And here's where it all comes together. If I could leave you with just 3 moves to make right now, they would be: get clear on the numbers, know your comfort payment, explore leverage while it's here, seller concessions, buy downs, lower rates, stack the deck in your favor. And stop waiting for perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. Opportunity does. If you're ready to see how this window could work for you, let's connect. My team and I will run the numbers, explore every strategy, and help you buy smarter, not just cheaper. Because the truth is, buying a home is never about timing the market. It's about timing your life. And if your life is telling you it's time, this might be the best shot you'll get for a long while.